Well, we're hearing more from Governor Mike Braun today on the topic of redrawing Indiana's congressional district.
So far, no definitive answer on whether or not he's going to call a special session to consider such a move. But this now comes as some Republican lawmakers are heading east to D.C. next week. They got an invite from the White House.
State House reporter Emily Longnecker is here with the latest. Emily, what are you hearing?
Hi, Ann and Felicia. Governor Braun said today that he has no plans to be on that trip to D.C. next week with lawmakers, and he says he still has not made a commitment on whether he would call a special session. He says unless there is some kind of general agreement among lawmakers that one isn't needed. This is Republican lawmakers in the House are reportedly caucusing today, a day before RSVPs are due to the White House on which lawmakers will be going to D.C. next week. And that invite came via email more than a week before Vice President J.D. Vance visited the State House to meet with Governor Braun and Republican leadership, where the topic of redrawing Indiana's maps was part of the discussion. The email doesn't specifically mention the topic of redistricting. Now, only a handful of Republican lawmakers have come out with statements or social media posts saying they're against calling a special session to decide whether maps of Indiana's congressional district should be redrawn 5 years earlier. Congressional district boundaries are revisited after a census, which happens every 10 years. Governor Braun was asked about the cost of a special session and how he would justify that to Hoosiers if he decides to call one.
I think that cost is estimated to be around maybe $150,000, give or take. I think here you'd have to make sure that most legislators want to do it. Caucus leaders are as well, and they think it is important enough to do it. In the past, when we've had special sessions, we know what the cost of it's going to be, and I'm not going to call one unless there is going to be general agreement that we need to.
And Democrats are also weighing in on this issue today. Democratic House Minority Leader Phil Giaquinta issuing a statement today saying that Democrats are also hearing from their constituents and explaining that their constituents are telling them that they don't want a special session and they don't want to see taxpayer money spent on one. Now, coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear more from Governor Braun on this issue, and we're also going to break down some of the Republican lawmakers who have actually already come out against calling a special session. Ann, Felicia?